Do you guys want to learn how to make a no-sew denim skirt? That is the question. I gotta tell you, the answer better be yes, because it is a killer DIY and such a useful piece in your wardrobe, no matter the season. Welcome to the DIY Designer, you guys. My name's Orly Shani. I am your host on this DIY extravaganza, and it's Friday, and on Fridays we DIY, and we got a really, really good one. Denim skirts are a really, really great piece to add into your wardrobe. They can be worn in a million different ways. You can see all the really cool ways that denim skirts can be styled, and again, whether you want to go short, maybe just above the knee, just below the knee, or even a maxi skirt. The technique is essentially the same. For a maxi skirt, you need another pair of jeans to give you all the fabric that you need, but for all of these, you're gonna be able to make it out of one pair of jeans. I would recommend when you're getting your jeans to think about where you want them to sit on your waist. Maybe you like your regular jeans that you wear to be really low-waisted, but you don't really like the way a low-waisted denim skirt looks. So just keep in mind, obviously, that wherever you want your denim skirt to start, that's the size jean that you want. And then if you can get a pair of stretchy jeans, something with a teeny bit of lycra in it, I'd recommend it just because it makes it a lot more comfortable. Especially you want it to be really tight when you're standing so that it kind of sucks you in, but when you're sitting, you don't want to be like, you don't want that. So a little bit of stretch is a good thing. Okay, let's do materials. Here are my jeans. So these have a good amount of stretch in them, so they're perfect for me. I tried them on and I decided that was right around the right length that I wanted. It goes just to below my knee. Lay your jeans and fold them in half and ensure that the hems are lined up evenly so that when you cut both jeans at once, you're making sure to cut them at the exact even height. Now, you want to open up the inseam. I'm just taking my seam ripper and I'm ripping open the inseam because you don't want to cut. You actually want to be able to use that inseam. So take your time. The hardest part you're gonna have is there right in the center of the crotch, but just keep going, you'll be able to rip it open. Now, we've got the entire inseam open, but obviously the center gets this really weird situation. So you just wanna cut open. I would recommend cutting about 1.5 inches first, laying it, overlapping it, and see if it lays flat. If it doesn't lay flat, you can always cut more, but I'd always recommend starting with just about 1 inch. Always go on the inside of that seam as opposed to on the outside because it's gonna look more natural when it overlaps. So I'm doing the same thing as I did on the front, on the back, and you just wanna kind of lay it down and really just make sure that everything looks like it's laying flat, obviously, so that when you're wearing the skirt, you don't see any weird lines. Now I'm using fabric glue just to tack this overlap in place once I've decided on exactly how I want it. If you do want to sew this, that's where you're going to sew. You're just going to follow the existing stitch line and sew it closed. I'm doing the same thing on the back, adding a little bit of fabric glue to fold over my seam and then keep it in place so that the overlap stays exactly the way that I pinned it. Okay, so here are the pant legs that I cut off. You need to open them up because you're gonna need the full width of the panel to fill in your back space. So now you can see I've got my panel. I wanna lay it so that the cut edge is on the bottom. This is my other panel, and I really only need one for the front because it's such a narrow space there. So I decided to cut the pant leg in half. So the back is gonna get both, the front is only gonna get a single. Now you just wanna lay it in, and again, just lay it until it looks like it's lying flat. Once you see that everything is laying flat, you're gonna pin it into place, and that's where you're either going to sew or use fabric glue. So I'm putting fabric glue right along the very edge. You want it as close to the edge as possible without coming out into your jean because you obviously don't want to see any spilling out of the glue. Just tap it and pat it into place, do both sides. Make sure you pat it and really ensure that everything's laying flat. Once the front is done, you can move on to the back. Now for the back, I needed the double panel and there is a piece of embroidery in there. I just decided to kind of embrace it and go with it. So I'm laying everything flat, making sure that the way that my panel is lying in is not only gonna fill in just like a perfect little pizza slice, but that the rest of my skirt is gonna lay flat around my hips and my legs. Add in the glue again right to the edge. Closer you go to the edge, the less fraying you're gonna have. If you want fraying, you can go in about 1/2 inch. And this is now when you're gonna even everything out. You wanna follow the line that you originally used to cut off any excess so that the skirt appears to have kind of one clean finished hem. Now flip the skirt inside out, and this is really just to cut off the excess because obviously we don't need all this. So pull the piece back, and anything that's not glued is free to be cut. So just pull it back, cut off each of the sides, pull back the top, and cut off that little tab on the front that you don't need. Flip it over, do the exact same thing to the other side, and that's it. Give it a little bit of time to dry, and we're ready to go. that is it. So like I said, if it is a maxi skirt that you're doing, you are gonna need to buy an extra pair of jeans, like a donor pair of jeans that are the same wash, because you're gonna need obviously a full panel to go into your jeans, and you're not cutting any excess off because you're not making it shorter. So you need to buy 2 pairs of jeans if you're doing a maxi skirt, but if you're doing a knee length or shorter, all you need is the 1 pair of jeans and you get to use the whole thing. I'm gonna try it on and see. Callie's excited. All right, viewer.